When I touch on self-talk, we're really talking about what you think, what you ask for, and what actions you're taking. And this ties directly into high value activities. And if everything you think, everything you ask for, and all your actions that you're taking aren't of high value, that means you got a dirty brain in one of those areas. Peace. Travis Orderwell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Continuing on the fundamentals and the foundation of your self-mastery. And it all comes down to high value activities. And even if we could take it lower than your minimums for maximum, we gonna get away from the 4 accounts of your physical account, your clarifying account, what you're doing, your emotional account, your desires and your passions, your mental, your mind account, and your spiritual account. We're going to take it away from that. Those are 4 accounts that we talked about need to be putting in the minimum amount of effort, which means at least one high value activity in one of those areas. We're going to take them out of those 4 accounts. Bring it down to 3. Your 3 actions, the only things we can do. Think, speak, and do things. Speak, think, and act. And that doing a high value activity in one of those 3 areas. We pull it back to 2 different areas. Pull it back to the 2. Are you doing high value activities within yourself and outside of yourself? Doing high value activity introverted? Are you doing a high value activity extroverted? And the 1 is just, hey, if you listening to this, you done one thing. So I really wanted to scale it down to just basics. Listening to something. Saying a kind word to someone. Check that off the list. This system is designed, most systems are designed, especially when we're talking about systems designed to reach a goal and accomplishment, to progress. These systems are built to really break it down into a computer way. It's either a 0 or a 1, computer language. You either did it or you didn't do it. The more you do the things, the more you gonna get the things. The less you do of the things, the less you're gonna get of the things. All the way to you're gonna get some other things. So high value activities in our self-talk. Self-talk covers a lot of different areas. But really I wanted to emphasize is we're creating this framework. And why self-talk is so important is because really it's the belief, it's the system, a lot of fundamentals that just understanding a framework, having a new language to use, having beliefs to align with, this is all self-talk. And it's all creating a new language, which falls under our culture pillar. Again, emphasizing thinking, asking, and action. And what are we asking for? Are we using the they and the them? The mysterious they and them. They're doing this, they're doing that. It can be some conspiracy government stuff, or it can just be people at a job. Be the people on the block. People in your house. They doing this, they doing that. Name these people and name what they doing. And then look for a solution. And this is where we talk about when we really digging out of the mud. It's you really got to focus on the concepts you're using aren't advancing you to where you want to go. We really got to look at not only the specific words we're using, it's how we're using them. And that's tough for all of us. I had an example last night in a webinar. In my spiritual school of thought, there is an instruction that says, for Allah alone, we use these words of, and I'm not saying it verbatim, but for Allah alone, we use the words and the actions associated with these words of worship, praise, adoration, and thanksgiving. And what I've noticed is that most people are good with at least two of them, right? Worship and praise. Like praise is a little iffy, but most people don't mean praise in a very, exonerary sense, but it's just a word. And once it's on your map, so to speak, you get to choose whether or not you're going to use this word for in certain context, in certain ways, when you're speaking of certain things. Now, I've chosen to follow that instruction to the letter. I don't praise anyone. I don't use the word praise in anyone except for when I'm talking about the Most High. I don't worship anything, especially just using the word. We start there. What is the specific word? Adoration, I didn't use that word a lot. Adore, ironically, it was a word I was looking to use more of to express love to other people. So that wasn't a hard one to overturn. And then there's Thanksgiving. Now it's the nice thing to say, right? Thank you. I got to go through the website and the emails and change all the thank yous because that doesn't align with how I've chosen to express myself spiritually. Now that's a choice I've made. And it wasn't easy. That's probably one of the more recent ones. Biggest one was to stop cussing. And I'd say, I had a healthy appetite for vulgar speech. I'm really big on just freedom of expression and freedom in general, freedom of speech. But what I realized is I was just being dumb. And I was using these words, I was talking slick, and it wasn't, for any emphasis, it wasn't to express myself really. Or it was at a very low level. It's really just being lazy, using cuss words instead of expanding my vocabulary. So that's my demo. These are very specific ways of how I've improved my self-talk. But again, what are you going to work today? We're going to take it from the 4 and take it down to the 3. And only pick one. You're going to work on your self-talk in your thinking, your self-talk in your asking, your self-talk in your action. And by the way, when we're talking about asking, let's remember, it's not only what comes out of your mouth, it's what you're letting in to your ear holes. Travis Soda Wells, Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.